And we are live. Thank you,
Woo!
everyone, for tuning in to Dan-A-Plooza. We are now at the last guest for the evening. She is an actress and cosplayer. Uh, so let's give a round of applause virtually for, I hope I say this right, Aleen
Oh,
Isley?
you're so close. You got Isley. Yeah, it's Aleen. You got it though.
Aleen,
It's fine.
Aleen
Aleen
Isley.
Isley. You rocked it.
Isley.
That's okay. It's a tough one. Everybody wants to make it like Eileen or Aileen, which I get. I get. It's a initial vowel, but no worries.
We'll
I'll
splice it together.
Oh, it's fine. I'm happy to join you on this lovely Friday evening. It's
Thank
looking
you.
into the weekend, celebrating.
Exactly. It is the summertime. For those watching and future watching, you can meet Aylin at this event that is coming up in August. It is called Authors and Dragacon in Charlotte, North Carolina, August 19th through the 21st. So if you're in the area and attending the event, make sure to stop by and say hello.
Yeah, it'd be great to see people. And we're unveiling the first preview chunk of the Shingles movie that we just wrapped on. Obviously, the whole movie won't be edited by then, but that is the first time we're going to premiere any footage. So if you're in the Charlotte area at the time or you want to travel on down, that's the best place to go if you want to see more Shingles.
Exactly. And for those also watching, in July, we will have Steve Brzezinski on here, and we will be talking about the Shingles project as well. So
That's
everyone's.
the hubs.
Yep. So make sure you tune in, watch in for that. But moving on,
hmm
tell me, what do you like most of the film aspect as an actress?
So for me, I think film gets a lot more interesting when you can play a lot more with locations, with makeups and character, like different character effects. Where on stage you can do a few things, you can change scenery a few times, but your show can't really be as broad as, say, the context of a movie. You can't be, in different countries or different settings too frequently because there's just not space backstage to store all that. Also, from like an administrative standpoint, I like the organization. I like watching all of our planning sort of come together into this amalgamation of shooting. So going from making call lists and props lists and ordering supplies and auditions and everything, it's nice to see everything sort of come together on set during the actual shoot. So I love it all. It's a lot of good energy.
Yep, it's like you're putting all the pieces of the puzzle, and then you have the beautiful picture when it all comes together.
Well, thanks to the editor, eventually, yes, it will all come
Yes.
together. Thank God that's not my job.
Crew, it's the other guy. So,
Dodged a bullet there.
yeah. So, with now moving forward into the year, are you glad that most of kind of like the pandemic stuff is kind of over and now you can focus on other projects where maybe before you were kind of limited because of specific rules and quarantine?
I don't really think well, obviously the high points of the pandemic really shut down a lot of the industry because group gatherings and stuff weren't allowed. I do think there's enough of a presence still when we're talking coronavirus and its spreadability that we still have to take certain precautions on set. Just
Right.
like when I work, during the day and I'm going out in public, I
Mhm.
still occasionally will mask up and things if I'm going to be in a crowd. And that's mostly just, the trickle down effect of protecting all those people who weren't, vaccinated or could not be. So on set, it didn't really affect us too much as far as having to avoid doing certain things. We still had to make sure we were checking people for health and safety. We still had hand sanitizers and masks and such available. You could wear masks indoors and we'd remove them for the shoot. So I wouldn't call the pandemic 100% over, but it definitely has laxed up a little bit. So filming is great. Live shows, however, like stage shows, are still seeing a lot of issues. A lot of my close friends have been in runs of musicals and plays that couldn't do their second week of the run because the whole cast got COVID. Just from being together in the same space, you're talking on stage, you're like spitting into each other's face. So it stinks. It's still canceling events, but at least the number of events is hopefully dwindling, and maybe we can work towards not having to cancel anymore in the future.
Right. We just had a local production shut down the second week due to COVID. They were in their second week, and it just ended abruptly. So
it's a pain. It's really a shame. I was actually performing in a show when the pandemic closed everything in the States for the first time. And so we closed, we had 2 performances left, and we actually had to close that morning. And you work so hard, and if your friends or family didn't come see the show up until that day, and you cancel all your other performances, that's it. Right. You're just a blip. Right. And since it's illegal to film a lot of like stage shows, you don't have the rights to do that. There's not really a lot of preservation to go back and see that memory and see how the show was or share it later. So it's definitely a shame when that happens, and I'm hoping, going forward, eventually we'll get to a point where that's no longer a problem.
I know. It's also like, especially if you do a larger cast show and you try to invite everybody in and somebody freezes or you have their technological glitches, it's hard to make sure that you're going to have a smooth performance with technology being somewhat, sometimes an issue.
Oh, yes. I mean, I've done a few shows. There was a romance play that I performed back in, I think it was March of last year, that we recorded and then did as a broadcast. But, it took jumping through 7 different hoops online to get signed up for your tickets to then try and virtually watch it. So it definitely makes it harder to see live theater and live performances. But at least it was an option at the time.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. I'm getting a comment right now. Hey, Matt the cat. Want to say a quick hello, and I hope you folks are doing well. You got work in the morning? Okay, Matt. Thanks for.
Oh, that's early.
Thanks for saying hello, buddy.
Yeah, thanks for coming by. Hi.
Yep. Matt is a streamer as well, and he lives in the Ohio area. So.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep.
I definitely want to learn how to stream all of my video game playing, because I feel like I'd be pretty entertaining to watch, but I don't have I can capture my footage, but I don't have me at the same time. And it really, to sell it, you have to see the reactions.
Oh, yeah.
So I give power to anybody that does any kind of streaming. I mean, you keep a very regular schedule, and you're on time, and you always have a good show. So I appreciate you, and look up to what you're doing as well, Dan.
Oh, thank you. I can reach out to some of my fellow streamers. I know, the Garbage Pail Queen. She has her show, and she does live reaction videos and stuff with video games. So she might be a very good source. She's very.
Oh yeah, I saw her interview. She was great. She's hilarious.
Oh yeah, she's definitely funny, and I know that they're bringing their show back, so you should check it out, Queenie and Ziva. So, but moving forward, is there any kind of future cosplay that you're thinking of?
Well, this last weekend, I just did my first foray into Lolita fashion, which is not a cosplay, but is, a whole different chestnut. In fact, the outfit that I ended up coordinating was the photo I sent you for the promos.
Okay.
So I actually am already dreaming up a few dresses I would love to make once I can get the fabric for them. So I don't know. I don't really have I have one cosplay that I'm halfway just kind of gave up on, and I'm not giving up forever. But it's from Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Okay.
And it's one of the Blades. Her name's Bridget, and I have everything I need, and I'm stuck. I'm in a creative rut on where to go next. But other than that, yeah, I'm planning some new Lolita fashion stuff, I think, and it's kind of where I'm at right now. I don't really have a con to cosplay at right now, so it hasn't been on the front of my mind.
I have some that I'm gonna work on. I have Fry from Futurama.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
You gonna do like a orange? You doing an
Yeah.
orange wig? Oh yeah, I love
Yeah.
that show.
And I just like it because you can just wear like a white T-shirt and like jeans and like a red, sweatshirt, or hoodie.
Yeah, he does have very casual clothes. You don't have to build anything too crazy. So that would be nice, and we call that comfy cosplay.
Yeah. And I actually have one of the little slurm things that fits on the head, like the slurm.
No way.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So,
Slurm, the secret ingredient in the drink. Oh.
yes. When are we parting with Slim McKenzie? Soon. When? It's not soon enough. I have that. Doc Brown from Back to the Future.
Okay. Which
So-
which movie are you doing? Western Doc Brown
I
or
think I want to do
OG Doc
Western
Brown?
Doc Brown,
That could be really fun.
Someone's like, "Do you have a Clarabelle?" I go, "It doesn't matter. I'll just find one." Like I don't need.
Yeah, you don't have to have all that stuff already. That's what cosplay is all about. Find it, create it,
Yeah.
fake it.
Oh, yeah. Where is she? She's in the time machine of Doctor Who. All right, that's why she's not here with me. I don't know.
He doesn't need a partner. Doc Brown is good enough on his own for a cosplay. Everybody would know who you are. You don't need anything.
Exactly. But I love that because I was just watching the movie the other day, and I love the Western. I love how Biff Tannen is like the outlaw.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Mad Dog, yeah.
That's a good in character, not a foil, like a character parallel, yeah.
But so there's him, and then I think I might do Mr. Freeze.
Oh, now that would be really cool. That's probably the most elaborate of the three. But please tell me it's Batman and Robin, Mr. Freeze, because that's my favorite Batman movie of all time.
I want to go up the Comic-Con and like up and down the aisles and just do the one-liners from the movie.
Everyone chill.
Owl,
I love that movie.
And someone told me just to keep doing Arnold voices, like Kindergarten Cop. It's not a tumor. It's not from the movie. I don't care.
That's true. You could just get through the chopper like everybody, and they're like, "What?"
It's not Batman and Robin. Don't care.
That's true. You could do that.
Exactly.
Oh, that would be really fun. I'd be interested to see it when it's all finished.
Yeah. Someone's like, "Are you gonna shave your head?" I'm like, "No." Wearing a bald cap.
But see, the one thing I liked about Arnold's makeup in the movie is it's actually like glittery, so he looks like he's frosted over. That would never wash off, though. Good luck.
Good luck going into work with glittery frost cap.
Glitter is the herpes of the crafting industry. Once you have it, you just can't get rid of it.
I'm looking. I'm going to lunch.
There's a Twilight reference in there somewhere, too.
Oh, yeah. As long as people don't think I'm Mr. Frost from Santa Claus is Coming to Town.
Oh, Snow Miser. Yeah, I know who you're talking.
Yes.
But I mean, he dances to the song in the movie, so they're not that far off. They are linked.
It should be my ringtone.
Yes. That's a nice little detail I think people would appreciate.
Oh, yeah. So, those are the cosplays I will work on, man. We might have a cosplay stream, so maybe I'll bring one of those.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun. You should have everybody come in and cosplay. Absolutely.
That's what we might do it maybe in October or something. Maybe we'll have a cosplay.
Ooh, for Halloween season, you could do Halloween cosplay.
Yeah.
That sounds like a blast.
And we'll have a panel, and if you're interested, we can do that, and you can meet all people.
I'd love to meet some more people that you've talked to. You've been a lot of really cool people.
Oh, thank you. It's definitely rolling, but so tell me, what was the best part of working on Shingles?
Oh boy, Shingles was a huge huge project, and Steve will tell you the same next week or whenever he's coming back. But being an anthology and being all these different stories is overwhelming at first. But honestly, the best part of this specific movie was mostly the cast. We had such a talented cast, and some of them were like major comedy ad-lib like people, and so there were certain takes where we were just like rolling on the floor trying not to ruin the shot by laughing because they were just so funny. I know Ben Deedles was in the film from BPO Films, and Jenny Hoppes, who's no longer local. She moved out of state just after we shot, but she's hilarious. She had us crying. I mean, there's going to be a lot of good content there. It was fun working with a lot of talented people and bringing them all together. And, of course, I got to do some, like, blood and guts stuff, so I always love that. So it's really fun.
What was it like working with the wrestler Pretty Boy Smooth?
Oh, yeah, PB Smooth is awesome. He's extremely tall. My favorite part of that was in our green screen studio because the green screen goes up real high and PB's head was still like way up at the top, so we had to be real careful how we shot. There's like hanging light fixtures that are lower than him. But he was a blast. Like, he was real laid back. He nailed his lines. He was very professional. He was so excited to be there. And, you know, just an all-around good guy. And we went to see him wrestle shortly after we wrapped the film, and that was really fun. It was a lumberjack match, which was so cool. So, yeah, like, it was really neat meeting him. I hope we get to work with him again. I know he's looking at spreading his wings into some more films. We weren't his first, but we'll be the best. But yeah, he's fun. We keep in touch. We actually were playing Elden Ring the other day, so... yeah, this is really fun. He's awesome.
That's
Nothing
awesome.
but good things to say. Maybe he'd be interested in talking to you sometime.
Okay, yeah, you'd definitely have him because I've seen him wrestle before for Rise.
Oh, that's right. You're also a major wrestling fan. I forgot. Yes. I don't know how I forgot. We saw you at every wrestling match we went to. Yeah, he's with Rise. It was good. I'm surprised we didn't see you at his match just a few weeks back when we saw him. He was up for the title, or defending his title.
It's definitely been a challenge because I've been traveling the past 3 months. So.
Well then, yeah.
I went to Tennessee and to Mexico and Chicago. So.
All right. Of the three, what was your favorite?
I really enjoyed my time in Mexico. I liked every time we had a reservation, I get like an applause or something like that, you know.
No way.
Yeah, there's like an applause, and I'm like, thank you, I've done
it. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
Did you see any alebrijes down there? The little the animal totems. They're like really bright colors. They're like little animal statues. They're supposed to be. They're really cool. They're one of my favorite crafts that comes from Mexico. If you like go visit and you go to like the tourist shops and stuff.
Oh yeah, we didn't. We stayed mostly at the Hard Rock Hotel. But
nice
to see all the memorabilia, and I met Mexican Elvis and
Mexican Elvis. That's fantastic.
And I went swimming with the dolphins. So.
Aw, I would love it more if I didn't despise dolphins with all my heart. But I love ocean animals, so I'll take it.
Yeah. So I met in the same week I met Mexican Elvis and Mexican Michael Jackson the same week.
Well, you sound like you had a fantastic time down there.
It was, and I just love the whole outlet. Like they had a little bakery shop, and I'd have like the little bakery. Like sometimes I'd be like, just give me this, you know, and just and it was nice because like sometimes if I didn't like this restaurant or anything, they had room service for like 12 hours from like the crack of morning to like late at night.
Wow.
You know, and so like I would just do that, and then I even went paddle boarding. I've never done paddle board, so I did that for the first time.
Awesome.
So I did like a lot of stuff, you know, and then it was just cool. Just some of the environment. The language was a little bit of an issue because you have that broken English, Spanish. So sometimes
Spanglish, as they so call it, yes.
Yeah, sometimes they would say stuff, and I'd be like, "No, that's not. No, we're not saying. That's not what we're
That's
saying."
okay. It can be tough sometimes, for sure, but at least there are a lot of really good cognates, like a lot of good Spanish words and English words that sound similar. So you can kind of pick your way through. Even if you're a person who had no idea, like, of any Spanish, I feel like you could stumble through Mexico okay. Yeah. But don't go to Spain. That's the difference.
We went to this Italian restaurant, and this Italian restaurant, I don't know what my mom ordered, but it had, like, mussels and, like, some pasta or something. It wasn't good. It was like they put stuff together, and it was just terrible. And me, I only knew one thing, and it was mostly pasta. I go, I'm getting this because I know what this is, and there's no way that can't be messed up.
So it was like Mexican Italian? Is that what it was?
What they have is it's a Hard Rock hotel, and they have different restaurants. And like,
oh, okay. So this was like one of the hotel designation restaurants. Yeah. Okay.
And there's two different sides. There's the adult side, and then there's the family side. And we stayed on the adult side, so that was cool because no one was screaming in the morning or something.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. So I did see my share of wildlife out there as well. And then, what do you call it? What else did I do? I don't know. I swam in the water and I sat under the palm tree quite a bit.
That sounds like a nice load off for a while. Just a great place to relax.
Oh, yeah. And they'd be like, another drink, Senor Dan-A-Man. I'm like, yeah, let's keep it coming. Don't get skimpy on me. So it was a lot of fun, but I always got a kick out of because it was like anytime you made a reservation to one of the restaurants, whenever you would first walk in, everyone would clap, so you feel like you did something, and I'd be like this.
They roll out the red carpet. At least it's not where they're like, welcome to Moe's, you know what I mean? Like, it's a little less on the spot and a little more appreciative. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, there's like a whole thing. Sometimes I would bow just for giggle or something.
Sounds like you were living the time of your life. I love it.
It was. Especially our promoter, I remember the lady, because there was a timeshare, I called her fist bump because she was always like this, like fist bumping me. She's like, how are you doing, Dan? Pump, pump, pump.
Oh my gosh.
Like, I'm pumping it up. So it was definitely a good time. And I even had a good time last week. I went to Amish country, and I went and visited a lot of Amish farms and got crafts and Amish food. So
good stuff. I can remember horse and buggies coming down the street all the time when I was at college. I lived in Amish country.
There you go.
And man, the best was the young teens, because there was a pizza place in town.
Oh, wow.
And they were allowed to come there and have pizza. And then there was one tiny little TV up in the corner of the room where they would show like sporting events, like football and stuff. And all the teens would come and eat pizza and watch the tiny TV. Because they can watch it, they're just not allowed to own one themselves, you see. So that was like the hot spot in town for all the young Amish couples. They would come and get pizza, and that was it.
Yeah, we stay at a nice little cabin area, and they have a room, like 2 rooms upstairs, and then like 3 levels, and then there's like 3 rooms downstairs, and then like another 3 rooms, and then there's little train cars, and you could stay in the little train cars, like they're actual train cars, and they have like all the stuff like a hotel room has.
Oh, that's real cool.
So I don't know how I'd feel about like a train car. I'd be like, when did I get on this train? Why is it like,
I mean, yeah, sure. I guess if you forgot that you were on a train car, sure, that'd be a little frightening at first.
Yeah. When's the train moving? Oh, it's not. It's stationary.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's a nice place to go. Yeah. So hopefully, I actually go and see more events. It's just I'm just busy doing a lot of different things. So.
Yeah, well, hopefully you get out to do some more. Are you watching Forbidden Door on Sunday?
Um, yeah, I'll probably will watch that. Um, it should be interesting. I haven't been able to watch a pay-per-view in 3 months because I've been traveling. So.
I'm telling you, this pay-per-view is cursed. I don't think they should have called it Forbidden Door because whoever opened the door, it was forbidden. Like, all of the main card wrestlers keep getting injured and, like, missing, and like, getting dropped off the cards. So now there's a lot of jokes. Steve was saying there was a joke about someone, like, oh, he swallowed a bug, so he can't be there. Like, just people just taking the piss now because so many people are injured. Ishii's out. He hurt his knee.
Oh,
and, at least Okada's still good. My boy Hiromu Takahashi still good for now.
Oh yeah.
But they've had to change their main card a couple of times, so that kind of sucks for them.
Yeah, they could just replay old matches, like just from the video.
Yeah. Well, we got tickets to see it on the big screen in the movie theater, so they started doing that now with AEW. They're like screening some of the pay-per-view events. We didn't know last time. We found out the night of, and there were no tickets left. So this time we planned ahead. We're going to watch it on the big screen in the nice cozy chairs and have a popcorn.
The last wrestling I watched was Bash at Beckley 2 in Beckley, West Virginia, and it was FTR versus the Wolves.
Oh, okay.
And oh my, I just remember because they had like one of the Wolves and he went to slide into the ring to break the count and he just slid right out of the ring like a slip and slide.
Like right out the other side. I love when that happens.
There was that, and then he got really hung up on the guardrail. They did the suplex and he was like half laying on the guardrail. I was like, that is awkward to land.
That sounds like it would be painful if you hit it wrong. Oh, pardon me. Oh, I yawned.
But I watched them, and they had Enzo and Cass on there. And
oh, they're still a thing, huh?
Yeah.
I think we forgot about Cass after that whole shebang.
Oh, yes. And then who else was there? They had J.J. Dillon, Tully Blanchard, some of the old Jake the Snake Roberts.
Oh yeah, he's a classic.
That he's on oxygen right now.
That's what I heard. Yeah, it's unfortunate. His health has really started declining.
And then I forget. I think that was pretty much all the major stars, but it was definitely a lot of fun. And then I'm supposed to go to the first wrestling show, The Gathering, in Charlotte, North Carolina. Actually, August 6th. And
we'll just miss each other by a couple weeks down there.
But they're going to have, like, I think more than 80 wrestlers there, so...
Oh, awesome. That's a huge show.
Yeah, so I have my own room, and they're like, discount for wrestling fans, and I'm like, what if I told you, like, I'm a really big, like, can I get another 50?
Yeah, can we, like, increase that discount? Can we get, like, 2 layers of discount?
Can you owe me, like, $200 and
if you're like I'm an absolute simp for wrestling, do I get, like, the simp discount, or is it just, like, base level fan?
But I know that they're gonna have, like, the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase will be there. So I'm looking forward. Jeff Jarrett, Tori Wilson, the Nitro Girls, just a lot of people from where I grew up from. So
yeah, was that late, like after Attitude Era, or was that like right at the tail end? Because wasn't that like that whole Nitro thing?
The Nitro was like around 98, 99 and ended in 2000, and that was kind of like the same time as the Attitude Era. And then
that's what I was thinking. They kind of were trying to do their own thing, and it kind of eventually failed.
Yeah, so it was interesting because I used to watch both. Actually, sometimes I'd have 2 TVs and I'd watch Nitro and then Raw.
No way! That's awesome. I'll admit I only became a wrestling fan in the last probably sometime in the last decade since I met Steve. Yeah. I started watching it with him, and I got really into it for a while. And WWE originally was like the only thing to watch. Right. And then we started branching out, doing small shows. We also saw, Oh my God, Ring of Honor a couple times.
Oh
And then
yeah,
like the smaller stuff like Rise and oh, that women's show we used to go see, but I forget the name of it off the top of
yeah,
my head.
Angel Gate, yeah.
Yeah, so from there it just kind of grew, and then as time went on, WWE kind of became smaller in my fan book, and now like New Japan and AEW are like, whoosh.
Yeah.
So
Um, it definitely has changed the scope and the lay of the land, as I call it.
well, you got to book correctly one part of it. So people getting misbooked for years, they're finally getting fed up. So
Yeah, I can't stand when I already know what's gonna happen and how the match is gonna end. When I know it from start to finish, he's gonna punch him, hit him with the chair, do this, da 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 da, it'll end in 10 minutes.
yeah, that's how I feel when I watch Roman Reigns. It's like how many spears can you watch in a row?
He's trying to top the Goldberg spears.
I guess. Let's get Gilbert back in there. He's better.
He's oh man, he's funny. He's a tremendous guy, Gilbert. He cracks me up. He actually won a belt at the IWC, like International Wrestling Cartel in Elizabeth, PA. He was wrestling one of the big guys, and someone took him out, and then he won. He was all doing the
That's
whole
amazing.
pose and everything. And they had sparklers for him coming out.
Oh my God. Like the tiniest pyro.
Yeah.
As long as he's like in it and he's laughing along with it and that's his thing, that's good. You know what I mean?
Oh, he's funny. I met him before, and he's a funny guy. He'll sit there and like, I forget what he does. He did something with Ellsworth. I think he was like smacking or messing with him like the whole match or something like that. It was really
Nice.
funny.
Wrestling
So,
sure is entertaining sometimes.
it is. Well, is there anything else you want to say or promote on Dan-A-Plooza as we wrap it up?
Oh, thank you. I think at this point, yeah, just the biggest thing is if you're free and you want to come on down to Charlotte, we're going to be there. We'll have a table. Steve's movies are going to be there. We'll both be there to sign stuff. We're going to unveil shingles. And if anybody's around and have your own shindig and you want to have me come by, I'm sure Dan would be cool. And also, yeah, Dan, if you plan on a cosplay show, like, let me know. Count me in. I'll see what I can do.
Alrighty then. Well, we're going to go ahead and end it. Fans, tune in and keep watching Dan-A-Plooza. We'll be back July 8th with amazing guests, including Steve Brzezinski will be on Dan-A-Plooza. Ronnie Nicole will be back on Dan-A-Plooza.
Oh, nice.
Yep. Burlesque dancer Coco La Foos will be back on Dan-A-Plooza. So we'll have an amazing lineup. So thank you for watching and have a good night.